I think we should.
Yeah,
I think we should start using that as the new theme song.
Meg already threatened to do that to me once with the free play thing. Was like, no,
I don't edit free play, so.
Oh, yeah.
That's
See, the power is out of your hands.
I know.
Oh no, we can take care of this.
Happen.
Can't we control a room? We can take care of this.
See, it was before
we can make a new theme.
The recording hadn't started
starring
yet.
Ryan.
Yeah, it was. All I did was do light beam through the game. I didn't have words. It
now
was very poorly lyric.
Now we have it again.
You have some of it. Look, I retain all rights to my intellectual property. Thank you.
Yeah, but you work at Rooster Teeth, so all of your intellectual property is Rooster Teeth. Go fuck yourself.
And we can do whatever we want.
Don't make me Marty O'Donnell you. I'll do it.
You get fired? Okay.
And then what, win a lawsuit?
Yeah, well, see, it worked out pretty well for him, right?
Got
It
some
did.
vacation
It worked out
time,
really well.
yeah?
Look at that segue into a news thing. Hi, let's introduce ourselves.
Meg.
Ashley.
Ryan, in spirit of Gus.
Aw, got messed up this time.
Where is
It did. We separated. There you go.
Meg
Ashley's
Ryan.
the buffer.
Meg Ashley Ryan. That's actually Meg Ryan's middle name.
I'm gonna referee now. All right. Wait a minute. I'm the middle name.
Yeah, well, no, that's what we're saying is what if
I'm the secret name.
what if Meg Ryan has a middle name?
And it's Ashley.
What if we just completed the circle?
Interestingly enough, I have a cousin who has my exact name, my first and middle name.
In college, I dated 2 girls named Lisa Marie back to back. They had different last
Weird.
names.
That's what
Presley?
I dated 2 dudes with
No.
the same name back to back, and that weirded me out. 2 Lisa Maries would really weird me out for a couple of reasons.
It seems like a very specific name. It's like, wow, okay, I guess their parents were really into.
This fell over.
Dang it!
Someone on
remembered.
Twitter sent us a potential Halloween one. It's got skeleton hands for the hourglass.
That's cool.
Yeah, right?
Can we just use that all the time? Because this one isn't holding time very well.
It doesn't hold time at all.
It
Lets it escape one grain at a time, Ryan.
It's for it keeping time, and all it has to do is fall down. You'd think that was not very. Yes, and by the way, this episode is brought to you by NatureBox and MeUndies. MeUndies on Meg's side.
Ryan kept saying, "Oh, they didn't come up. Go,
Hold
go,
on.
hit
Well,
the
they can
button.
do it.
What are you doing?
I messed it up.
Yeah, they did it.
See,
They're below me now.
There's MeUndies under Meg.
You said before, you were like, MeUndies are about to be over your head.
That's what they told me.
That
They
is-
No,
promised me that MeUndies would be on your head.
Yes.
Gus is never going to let us do this podcast
No.
again.
At least
Why is this spot hot?
it was nice of them to remind me
TV?
early this time because
Oh, there's a light under there.
It's so warm. Like, I just want to curl up like a cat.
I'm really, really sorry to all the audio listeners. Right now, Meg is curled up like a cat.
She
There's
is.
nothing we can do.
Do you ever see cats when they like sleep upside down? It's so cute.
dude, my
I
cat
thought you were
does
going to
that every
ask if
time I
I've
get-
seen cats, and of course I have.
the musical. Yeah, I'm sorry for you. My cat curls up on the bath mat as soon as you get out of the shower.
Oh,
Well,
interesting.
She wants the warm, steamy. I mean, because there's
Steam
some
water?
Yes, there's some
Warm
warm,
foot
wet,
water?
footprints there, and she kind of like.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's
My
on
dog
all 3
licks
legs.
the wet footprints.
Okay.
She goes like,
Well, that's nice of her. She's just cleaning up the house.
she wants to just be all in the tub. She wants to lick it all. Can't have that.
Also, thanks for reminding me this time because last time we got like 40 minutes in before that. I remembered that I hadn't said that at the top. Is you two somehow lead me to distraction?
Jerk.
That sounds wrong.
Oh, I can't do my
So-
job with you two honeys around. That's what you meant.
But anyway, so Marty
Hey,
O'Donnell.
sugar, you looking for a date?
That reminds me of, this is off topic, but once in Vegas, I was with a bunch of friends. And
Wait. Are you sure this shouldn't stay in Vegas?
It shouldn't, because it is funny.
Okay.
This girl walked up to one of my guy friends and was like, "Hey, honey, looking for a good night?" But he was like, "That girl just asked me if I was having a good night." Like, he really didn't get. She's a prostitute. Like, she wants to have sex with you.
Well, did she have the flyers? Because those are big there.
Well, those are like on the cards. They like slap the cards on the
They
street.
do, yeah.
I a couple of times when I went to Vegas with friends, like we collected as many of those as possible,
Yeah.
and then we would play like match the picture because it was always these pictures of the same pictures of these girls with different names, depending on like what they're trying to say. I wonder who you get if you call up one of those.
Oh yeah, probably just somebody who looks like a low budge version of that. I did once collect them as well. I was like, it'll be the back. It was when I was into scrapbooking for like a hot minute, and I was like, it'll be I'll put it all over the paper, and it'll be the background for all my Vegas photos. It'll be really funny. And I lived in a house with younger siblings and younger boy siblings, and I went to make my scrapbook,
They all
and
went
they were
missing,
all gone.
didn't they? Yeah.
You just
I
provided some
inadvertently
material.
Provided porn for my little brother.
Look, when you're a young boy, it doesn't take much. I'm gonna be honest. Like catalogs, that was like a real step up, probably from. Of course, now they have the internet, so
That's
it's like
true.
it's probably a step down. He's like, wow, this isn't even moving. I keep pushing the play button, and she doesn't talk to me. She doesn't.
No more.
So Marty O'Donnell won his lawsuit.
Doesn't talk to me. Doesn't play with me when I call his number either.
Marty doesn't?
No.
Are you sure?
I haven't tried lately. That's like the Calling Oats helpline. You ever heard of that?
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's a phone number you can call.
Yeah.
And it just picks up and it's like, this is the emergency Calling Oats helpline to hear, and it just lists Hall & Oates songs, and you push the number and it just plays that song and then hangs up on you.
That's fantastic.
Anyway, so Marty O'Donnell.
That's really awesome.
You can find it online. Just look it up. Yeah. That's
really cool.
I think it came up in a Let's Play where Jack came back with that information from PAX, I think. I don't know why he learned that at PAX, but yeah. Calling Oats.
Hey, that's pretty much patch related if it's patch.
Yeah, there you go. Loosely tied it in. So Marty O'Donnell. What if we just never told the story? Like we got through the entire patch.
We're not going to get
segue.
to video games. I hate to break it to you.
He's sort of video game related. He started his own video game company after his untimely removal from the Bungie.
Right.
And then subsequent lawsuit.
Yep, but he won the lawsuit, so good for him. He got his vacation time. It was weird because the lawsuit wasn't a huge lawsuit. He wasn't suing for millions upon millions of dollars and all this crazy stuff. He did get his shares in the company back, so I guess that's pretty major. Yeah. And it was like some vacation time. And
hey, gotta get those vacation days.
Hey,
you can cash those in for money.
Yeah,
if you don't redeem them, that's cash.
That's cash.
At your daily rate.
Cash
dollars.
money.
Make sure when you're negotiating for your future jobs or current jobs, it's too late for you if it's current.
While you're negotiating for your current job, do your best.
You should go knock on the door like, manager, do I get to redeem my vacation days for money?
No.
Back to work.
Oh.
Okay. Also, if you're listening to the patch at work right now, do your job, bum.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
You're shaming them?
No, please keep listening to the patch.
We actually did just a test. We were going to start maybe streaming from the Achievement Hunter office. Stramming. Yes, that did happen too.
You strammed?
Well, see, we let Michael be the one to type in the description, and Michael can only see about 3 inches in front of his face on a good day. I mean, it's like he's walking through a fog. And he did accidentally mistype it as Stram test. So, of course, every comment as soon as someone joined was Stramming, which now I don't know. Do we have to keep that as a thing? Like,
I don't know that you have any choice in the matter.
It's got legacy now. It's got like tenure. It's hard to get rid of it.
It's been, what, 3 hours, 4 hours?
Yeah. But it was a very successful test. I mean, we were just hitting buttons at random, and people somehow found it. So that's a good sign. Next time, we'll actually tell people we're going to do it, I guess.
Oh,
well, it was just a Stram test.
We didn't send out, we didn't tweet about it. We didn't do anything like that. I don't know how the YouTube gaming system works. I mean, that's kind of an interesting topic in gaming right now. So we put it up there. It got up to about, I think it capped around 4,500 people watching, which
for a Stram test is pretty impressive.
For a Stram test is amazing. And actually for YouTube gaming at the time, the nearest competitor I could find was like 3,000. So we were doing really good numbers, but you couldn't find it anywhere unless you already knew our channel.
Well, if you're subscribed to the channel and you're using the YouTube gaming app or something like that, then it pops up saying that you're live now, and you can get notifications telling you that someone has gone live. So a lot of it could have been that. The new site, the YouTube gaming site, is really good at surfacing the live stream. So if someone went to your channel, it would be showing the live stream at the top above everything else. And so it's it's really trying to surface that stuff when you are live.
There were some weird issues with that though, because I on my computer I went in Chrome, went to the Achievement Hunter site. I was logged in not as Achievement Hunter, so it wasn't like a my stuff kind of reaction. I could see the live stream. On Michael's computer on Safari, when you went to our site, it wasn't there. You couldn't see the live stream.
Safari.
I don't know. It's Michael, man.
I wonder if it's like a Flash versus HTML5, or maybe they just don't want anyone but Chrome seeing it.
The other
trying
part
to
was
keep it in the family.
Yeah, well, that's right. You gotta play to your strengths. We'll develop for those other platforms once we're sure that it works really well for us.
Right.
Which wouldn't be the first time they've done that. I mean, that's how 360 went out, but 360 videos. But even in the YouTube gaming app, until I imported my channels from YouTube, I couldn't see our stream. Like, it wasn't listed in the, I guess it just has featured channels, and then, yeah, it was really weird. I couldn't see anything over like 500 or 600 users.
I'm sorry, that was amazing. They couldn't see it. But he was like talking, and I was just like,
Yeah, whatever.
And she was looking at a notification, but it looked like she was like, fucking wrap it up already.
Sorry, no, I got an activity notification. It says that I'm close to my standing goal for the day.
I'm sorry. Do you need to go walk around a little bit before we continue?
The audio
No,
was
I don't
good.
need to. I don't need to for another hour. I'm
Okay,
good.
we got some time.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You can continue
We
with
can
your
wrap up
boring
this
ass
straight up.
story.
I'm sorry. I was talking about YouTube games. What else? So Marty O'Donnell.
But born as grandpa.
But Marty O'Donnell, not the only change to Destiny. Also, Nolan North is in it now.
What do you think?
He's a robot. I mean, I can see. I watched a comparison video that showed the exact same lines delivered by Peter Dinklage and the exact same lines delivered by Nolan North, and I don't think I'd see a huge difference if I hadn't heard Dinklage's, but I do because I'm hearing them literally right next to each other. One will play, and then the other one will play, and so I do see a difference.
You don't think?
No, I see a difference. There's definitely more energy and more enunciation.
Dinklage is much bassier too.
Yes.
He had more. It felt honestly like he had more gravitas.
Yeah, I think I feel like North's robot has a little bit of tin to him.
Yeah, he seems like he's having a good time.
I feel like
He's a little more cartoony almost.
He seems more green to me though. Like I feel like Dinklebot was like a little seasoned. Like
he had
like,
gravitas.
yeah, exactly. Like
a little world weary maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
But a
this
robot
one's like,
doesn't
hey
get-
guys, hey, wanna go over
Yeah.
here?
That's
Like,
true, but like robots don't get world weary.
I like
They
Is he a
robots,
robot?
unless-
He's a spark of life.
Unless they're
Right.
permanently depressed.
Do you remember when he found you in that car? Because that was the only opening to the story, was you were just dead in a car.
Do we have any idea what's going on?
Well, there
Hey,
was
they
actually
don't
there
even
was
have
a news
time
story.
to tell you why they don't have time to
They
tell
don't,
you.
and
what's
maybe
going
now
on.
they will. I don't know.
No.
They're looking at. Well, in Taken King, they're actually supposedly going to address that. They're going to make more effort to tell you a story.
They're gonna make more effort to put crap on a card you're never gonna go look at.
No, they're actually going to tell you some of it.
Nah.
He's got the speaker's going to come over. He's going to go, I finally got time. Things have set. My schedule's cleared up a little bit.
My call's on hold, Susan.
I
Susan?
moved a lunch back.
On hold.
And now you and I, we're going to sit and we're going to have a little talk.
Yeah.
How you been?
I've been so good.
Did you save the
Would
world?
you keep it
Good damn.
down? Sorry.
Whoever that was.
It was Muriel.
Sneezer.
Sneezy McSneezy pants.
You guys done yet?
No.
You
never
stand
done.
some more?
No, I'm good.
No, but I thought it was. No one's gonna say Nolan North did a bad job. No
I'll
one's
say
ever
Nolan
gonna
North
do
did a bad job.
No, it's
Really?
not bad.
I don't like it.
Really?
don't like
I
it.
would say though that
I haven't heard the whole thing yet. But
If you hadn't heard Dinklage, would you think he did a bad job? Or is it just that you don't like him in comparison?
that's an almost impossible judgment to make. Because, yeah, I mean,
you can't separate that.
I feel like
Try hard.
I feel like all I've learned from this process is that there's someone responsible for vocal direction at Bungie that doesn't need to be doing that anymore.
They don't need to be doing that.
I
Yeah,
thought that
you done messed up.
I thought some of the speculation for Marty O'Donnell's premature departure were that he oversaw the recordings with Dinklage, and
oh, I
Is
haven't
that
heard
true?
and
that.
they didn't go well. I don't know where I heard that though. That something
Might
like
be making it up.
something-
Allegedly. Just say allegedly.
Look,
You're fine.
internet. It's definitely true. It was on the internet somewhere.
Allegedly.
I'm sure. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, something about it. Like Dinklage had come in for what he thought was almost like a test read, like going through everything, and didn't have a lot of context. And then they went, "All right, thumbs up, you're done." And so that's
He just walked out the door and
that's
that was
part
it.
of the reason for the way the performance was done. Again, allegedly.
Well, I mean-
I don't really know. Like, we're never gonna learn all about how that went down, but that was one of the speculations early on, I think.
That was one of the things, though, that kind of came out through that process of that lawsuit, was that they kind of revealed that the story may have taken a large setback as part of the head writer leaving very close to release. Granted, it was so late in the development phase, you would have thought that I mean, a year
That
out
was
from
done.
release, you got to have most of the story, right? You've had to build the assets and missions. Of course, granted, with what they ended up doing, they built a big map and then just made missions on it. So there was a few scripted events, but everything else was just like, oh, we're going to go to this corner of the map today. You'll see it a lot. Don't worry. Sometimes you'll go backwards.
Yeah.
I mean, well, video games is one of those living processes, though, that they could be saying locations, and we need to figure out what we want to do in this location. So story has to take us here, here, and here, and that comes after they've built really cool stuff that they want to make sure you take a look at. it's one of those. Like writing's not finished until the game's finished, really.
Yeah, and just the structure of that world, the openness of it. It's kind of like an MMO, really. Well, it is, but in the same fashion that a World of Warcraft quest doesn't need to have a specific level built for it, so too did the Destiny missions kind of work, because it was just the patrol map with certain things on it that may have been scripted and certain things on it that may have not been publicly visible. So you went into an instance for that sort of thing, but it was still a common area. In fact, I think you can get to anything now that was in any of the missions. So
I like to believe that the story person just wrote it all on those damn cards, and they're like, okay, what's this one? Okay. What does this one say? Oh,
damn it. Okay.
I don't get how this works. They're just like furiously going through cards.
They had a really cool thing too. Is one of the early maps you can see in the background the like the space shuttle with like the
old broken down
bulbs, but you can actually see like modern air shuttles like bolted on the sides. And a lot of the storytelling they wanted to do was implicit like that, not really explicit, like imagining like how did that come to be a thing, and they were using pieces they had to try and keep up with all of the technological advances they were making so fast, and that's how that kind of stuff ended up happening with elements that we would recognize but integrated into structures that are completely futuristic to us at this time. So a lot of that, like the world building and stuff like that, was probably what the writers were working on too.
The artwork for that game was just beautiful. I mean, I don't know if you've seen any of the concept art that was done for it, but it's just mind-blowing.
They had like the documentary that came out before the game that was like, here's behind the scenes of making of Destiny. That was like
pretty.
4 years ago. I felt like it was forever ago.
Yeah, it does feel like you know, what's funny too is I think if they'd kept to the original release date, we would have Destiny 2 coming out this month.
Yeah, I was reading that.
Right? Because they wanted to, their initial plan was they were going to have a game and then a Comet release, which in this case, Taken King is, I'm assuming, their Comet release.
Right, yeah.
And then they move on to the next one, like Destiny 2 and a Comet release and so on for, 4 different titles.
It's pretty ambitious for the scale of this game. So especially with, I mean, they've completely reworked all the mechanics of the game with Taken King. The quest system is so very different. The light system has been revised. The experience is back. It was really weird because a lot of those changes went in yesterday or Monday. And so all of a sudden having an experience bar back at the bottom, which as soon as you hit max experience levels, that went away. And now all of a sudden it's back down there. Though the cap is still 34, so you can't go past that to 40 yet. And the light thing based on now how strong your weapons are, it's really weird. They now have, even if you go to some of the missions that have been there forever, and it used to be you could run them on like a harder difficulty, now it's just like easy, story level, or impossible. Which it has a light requirement of like 240. My current character is max level. I'm 169.
What?
Yeah, so it's either stupid easy or you shouldn't even attempt this.
Oh, that's really
they got rid of
upsetting.
all the
That's
in-between
so weird.
missions. It's very strange.
Yeah.
I'm really kind of curious how the DLC missions will work, because they've deprecated all the bounties that you got with Eris and with the Wolf, the Queen's bounties. All those are gone. So any of the assassination missions that used to be at the Reef and all of the just regular bounties that Eris had are gone. I assume the DLC, if you have a new character, will still work because they moved them. Like Eris used to be up front at the tower, and now she's like buried under the stairs.
She's dead.
To be fair, it works with her complexion, let's be honest. The ink ooze from the eyeballs was a little creepy in full daylight.
Oh.
It's a little creepy no matter what.
Embrace her for who she is, Ryan. How dare you?
I accept her for who she is.
Body police.
under the
she's,
stairs.
She's a hot mess.
She's a leaking hot mess.
Embrace her for who she is. I just don't want to see all of her.
Look, direct light isn't for everybody. I know, okay? Softer the better. Some of us just belong under the stairs.
Can
It's
we get some Vaseline for
There
Ryan's
we go. Yeah, we
lens?
just rub it on the camera. I can't fuzz.
You should
On
just
command,
always
I'm
be
sorry.
like in, what is it, vignette? Like the
There you
little-
go. That works for Hollywood.
Yeah.
What else? What does they put over cheesecloth? They put over the lens.
There you go.
Softens the whole thing, makes you glow
Nice.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
everything's real ethereal and
You'll-
pretty.
You can look like you're in oblivion.
It also gives you that free facelip where like your skin is like.
Wait, why would you?
All stretchy.
You know, like all the wrinkles are gone. Like,
Stretchy. Oh,
like,
it makes it smooth.
Yeah, it's.
You're like stretching like your face out.
I'm doing. You know, do you remember from Hook when he's like, "Oh, there you are, Peter."
Oh
He's
yeah, he's like stretching Robin Williams' face.
"Ah."
So we're face stretching it?
Or from Insurrection if you're Star Trek fans. Anybody?
really good.
No face stretchers.
So I should stretch all the
No,
time?
it looks good. I'm just saying it looks nice.
They had a machine.
He
that would
looks
pull it back and,
terrible.
like,
You
stick.
actually made it look somewhat nice.
All right, so
Thanks.
I'll go like.
I'm just
cutting
gonna go back
skin
under my
and making
stairs.
some like sutures.
Yeah, get under the stairs, Ryan.
back where I belong.
Ashley's gonna be like drawing on her face, like little marker marks.
Does anybody have an X-Acto knife?
Oh God! Tune into the next free play where we attempt Ashley's first plastic surgery.
And a stapler.
Let's live stream it. Live stream it.
We'll get Michael and Gavin to take care of it.
Live stream your.
Oh, that would be a
surgeon
mistake.
simulator.
Yeah. Oh boy, I've
It'll
seen their
end
work.
well.
It's tragic, really. You know what else is tragic? Not having MeUndies.
Oh, look what you did.
I'm really good at these sometimes and then really bad at them others.
You're bad at them all the time. But go
Because
for it, baby.
you're right. I'm sorry. When you look good, though, you feel good. It's a cliche because it's true. MeUndies understands this, and that's why they've designed underwear that makes you look and feel fantastic. MeUndies is made from modal, a fabric that's twice as soft as cotton. I just totally disappointed it because it's like telling me how to pronounce it.
I'm trying to work that in. You've been trying all day to work that in.
There were two perfect situations where
He's
it came
been
up.
doing it all day.
And it's twice as soft as whatever underwear you're wearing right now, ladies. MeUndies has...
What was that, Sanders? He's not wearing any underwear, so it can't be him.
MeUndies down here, twice as soft as whatever you're wearing. It has tons of colors and styles, and the only place to get matching pairs for men and women. They even release a new design every month. Plus, we all know that shipping sucks, so MeUndies removed that from the equation. All orders in the US and Canada ship for free. MeUndies even has a money-back guarantee. If you don't love your first pair, you get to keep it for free. You literally have nothing to lose. To sweeten the deal, MeUndies is offering you 20% off your first order at MeUndies.com/thepatch. That's a special offer just for our listeners. Make sure you go to MeUndies.com/thepatch to get 20% off your first order. And so that they know that we sent you with love for your undies. Hi, we're back now. Can someone talk to me?
Nope.
Anyone?
We
Why
should
is
just
everyone on their
stonewall him the
phones?
whole thing.
Oh my
Oh,
We should.
well, it's been real down on Ryan this time. I don't know why. I'm going to go back under the desk.
It's just because you're
Get back
funny
under
when
the
you're
stairs.
sad.
I'm never sad.
One thing I wanted to make sure I talk about. I don't want to run out of time. So I fell headfirst back into Don't Starve.
Really?
It was a total accident. I saw some gameplay. They announced a new version. I thought it was DLC, but it's not. It's a new version of the game called Don't Starve Shipwrecked.
Really? What is in it?
Oh.
Oh.
So you get shipwrecked. It's a new game. It's
You're
not
already stuck on an island. How's that
This is
different?
perfect.
This is
for-
like imagine like a desert island. So okay, we've got some gameplay up
Okay.
to show.
Oh, you get to swim.
Yeah, so
I mean boat.
you can make a boat. You get like a pirate hat. You can get a couple of different boats and sail all over the place. It's like it's very like it's the same.
So
but
they integrated
not
the water
same.
much more.
Yeah, when it's different
But it's, like,
islands.
tropical instead of, like,
all
desert
different.
now.
Yeah, it's all different types
biomes
of
are
plants
different.
and all kinds of different stuff. You can get a spyglass. Point it in a direction, it will reveal the map in that direction.
What a leap.
Really cool kind of stuff going on.
Hey, Mr. Negativity over there. I think this looks cool.
I said,
Also,
what a leap. I
you
was
were-
not
You
negative.
said it like this. What a leap.
I was like, wow. I'm impressed by his leaping skills.
I like the
I'm positive. I like this game.
I'm gonna look it up. This YouTuber got this. There we go. It's Star Snipe. He did. He went to this preview event for the game, and he's like, I took my capture equipment, and they let me capture it. And I don't think anybody else did. So, and published this gameplay, and it looks so good.
Well, we
right.
all learned a lesson, I think, with that, right?
Take your capture equipment.
Yeah.
I don't know when it actually comes out, but I'm super excited about it. Like just watching it got me in the mood, so I went back to play Don't Starve. I gave up on Don't Starve Together because every time I play with other people, they just dragging me down.
Oh, wow.
Just
As
dragging
somebody
me
who's
down.
played with you, I agree. Gus and
Were
I
you an
really did
anchor?
drag
Were you the
down.
anchor around
Gus
her
and I
neck?
just tried to eat as many mushrooms as possible.
And then
Don't
they
you get
and then
super
they
high on
haunted me.
those?
And then they haunted me to death.
yeah, then we
Well,
haunted her.
You're
as much
sort of
as we could.
obligated to, right?
Right.
On my own playthrough, I've just made it through my second winter.
Oh, cool.
I'm now stocking koala fence. I've got an ice box. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff, making some marble armor.
So do you feel like if you were to actually be in a survival situation, that other humans would just be a detriment to your chances?
No.
Has this taught you that other people are completely useless?
Other people can probably reach like higher and grab stuff. Like they can grab coconuts I can't reach.
You could just get
When
one
I
of
get
those
on it,
little
does that.
mechanical gripper arms, though, right? Like,
how
if
do you
that's
have
the
one of
only
those?
purpose to,
How do you have one of those in a deserted
Right, like
island?
I thought I just do I magically
know.
have gripper arms
Professor
or,
it up.
or like stilts?
What, you
In
got like
that
a
case,
plane? You just
sure.
fly right out of there.
Did you see, like, the professor made like a spaceship and they flew to another planet when he was stuck on an island? You can whip up a gripper
You
with
made
some
a coconut
vines.
radio. Don't get too
Oh,
crazy with it.
you didn't see the
okay?
sequel series.
I
Oh,
don't
it's a
think
thing.
that's real.
It's a thing.
I think
Look it
there's
up.
a porn
What,
parody
sequel
and that's
series?
it.
There's a second Gilligan series where they escape on a spaceship. I'm serious.
Is it the same cast?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's a thing. It exists.
Ashley's is not convinced. Also,
Bring
I just
it
want to say
up.
this
Bring it
expansion.
up.
The castaways escape from the island by building a spaceship.
No! Is it the original cast?
I'm looking that up now.
What else do those people have to do? Come on.
Okay, it's a spin-off. It's called Gilligan's Planet.
Oh.
Bam.
Yeah, okay.
No video game for that. I'm
they,
sorry.
They build
but-
a spaceship and get shipwrecked on a distant planet. It's 12 episodes.
So is it like
Didn't
in
go
the
for
future
long.
you go on a spaceship tour and then it crashes?
Well, no, they
on
were
a
just escaping the
spaceship?
island, and
But they escaped too far?
they missed the planet. They were going to Toledo and missed Earth.
Well,
So it happens.
you know, that happens.
Sometimes you get on that plane, you just don't know if you're going to another planet or not. It happens.
I do want to say for this Don't Starve expansion, this is going to be great for me burning stuff down because we're near so much water.
That is true. You
Were
burn
you
a lot of
burning things
stuff.
down?
I was like the
Were
burning
you the
person.
fire starter?
Yeah.
Oh, of course you were.
Constantly.
Yeah. It helped me with my sanity. I was like going insane because I'd eaten too many mushrooms, so then I just started fires everywhere.
I found one really cool thing too, though, is if Meg's not there to burn everything down for you, you get occasional lightning strikes that will start a forest fire.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It's the
especially
spirit
when
of
you, like,
Meg.
everything. What?
It's the spirit of Meg.
Spirit of Meg. Yes,
She's invading your. She's still haunting you.
it's great. It's all the charcoal you could need. Plus, it kills a lot of animals for you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you just go clean up from the lightning strike in the burning forest. That's
Yeah.
good for
You
the forest,
just
though, right?
Scavenge.
Good undergrowth you get when you
Yeah.
burn the forest.
I'm still waiting for updates where things like pine cones eventually just turn into trees without having to be planted.
They don't? Oh yeah, I guess.
No, they don't.
Huh? Did you actually go
Come
around?
on, this game is so unrealistic. I don't
Everyone
even know
knows
where to
the
start.
seeds fall into the ground, and that's how you get trees. Did you actually go and uproot like berry bushes and bring them
Yeah.
back?
Oh,
So
yeah.
you got a full-on
I
garden.
I built a full-on like walled complex, and I've got my berry bushes, and I've got grass for when I need it. I made bird traps and a bird cage so I can get eggs whenever I want, and a
Ooh.
crock pot. I make like stews and meatballs all the time. I figured out that's how you can neutralize monster meat's negative effects.
Ma'am.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Wow.
I'm
You
really
dropped
learning
some knowledge
Yeah,
on us.
she did.
I because it was a 3-day weekend. I was expecting to have all kinds of time to go and do productive stuff and run errands. And I sat down to play a little bit of Don't Starve, and that was about it. The boys feel just the tiniest bit betrayed.
You didn't invite them in?
No.
Other people drag her down.
It's true.
We've got a server of Don't Starve together where we all play together. And that's where Bernie thinks that I actually do have hidden maternal instincts, because I'd be like, don't starve, eat this food. I've got more food for you. I'm
Wait.
out like hunting every day.
You know they need
because
real
the kids are
food.
like, oh, I died.
They need food in real life too, right?
Oh no, we take care of that. We've got,
Okay.
we use Instacart or whatever. It brings food from the grocery store straight to you.
Okay, so you really don't
just
have
like,
any
though, that it's like-
regard.
I like that it's just like really like disinterested though. Like, oh, God, eat.
Just
Well, it's
you're
like-
hungry. Wait for the guy to get here with the food. Okay.
It's really in the game or in real life.
in real life.
Oh yeah, no, that's nice. Except it's way too easy to just be like, yeah, I would like cookie dough.
Ooh.
And then you don't have to be faced with picking it up and putting it in your cart. You just go click, and then it comes to you.
Oh no, it's here. Well, can't let it go bad. Aw.
See, I have the
Exactly.
opposite problem. I have no shame in when I'm by myself in the grocery store. I'm like, oh yeah, taffy. Oh, and I'm gonna want gummy pumpkins. That happened to me last night. I was there for soup. But when I'm like on Instacart, I'm like, I'm gonna be good. I'm always good on Instacart. But if I'm in the store, I'm like, well, I gotta have candy corn taffy.
That's impulse buying. It works.
So bad at it. Like if I'm stuck in a checkout line, I'm buying something.
Yeah, my problem is that I impulse buy a lot of stuff, but my self-control at home is pretty good.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
Like
If
I can
it's in the
have a
house,
little
I'm gonna
bag of
eat it.
chocolates for
I am
like a
Bernie.
month. That's why I have to hide everything from Bernie is so that my little treats last a month. But anyway,
Don't starve.
The video
yeah,
games.
Teddy was a little upset that it was Don't Starve and not Don't Starve Together because he would have hopped in and he would have burned all my shit down.
Wow.
Well, then I think you did a good thing, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
go.
I mean, everyone has to have a purpose, right?
We'll
I mean,
play all together. He's gonna be back on Destiny now, anyway.
I bet he is.
Especially if
not
he's got to
already?
get 200 and some odd billion lights in order to participate in the difficult levels.
It's only 260 something, but I assume that's pretty close to max cap because at 34, the weapon damage has been like really rebalanced. So it used to be the attack was like 360, 370 something. Now it's down to 160. It was like when the peso got reevaluated a while back.
I don't know anything about that.
All right, I'm
Ryan?
old. No, that was totally within your lifetime. When they decided, like, Mexico was like, oh, the pesos are too much. Let's make 1,000 pesos 1 peso.
Mario, can you help me? She flipped me off!
Wow.
What?
How dare you?
We need a
Suck it.
Mariel cam.
I know, we really do. She's so
We
sassy.
have a cam in there.
She's so sassy.
But so a lot of those changes, the multiplayer maps are also up right now. There's a new game mode that they added to Crucible called Rift, which we tried to do an Achievement Hunter versus the World in, and we haven't had a lot of success with yet.
Oh, there she
There it
is.
is. It's
Flip
really
us
dark
out.
in there.
Yay.
Good.
We went to the route.
I'm just trying to celebrate Mexican
light.
independence, Mariel.
We appreciate the control room cam anyway. Thank you guys.
Yes, we do.
We should get some lights for those guys.
They have
sass.
lights. Look, they just didn't put.
There
they're
is
not
a
shining
light
on
in the
them.
control room.
There's
A
two.
single light
have,
shining
like-
at the wall.
No, they have
Oh,
like
is
this
that
really
all?
sexy, like romantic, like like in She's All That at the end when they're dancing in her backyard. They have those lights in there.
That's true. They are very festive
Yeah, kiss
all the time.
me, and then there's the lights.
So
Nobody
with
loves
Destiny,
89 Okay, it's fine.
Rift.
have they got? There's new weapons coming in, right?
Well, it's weird. When I logged in today, they popped up and said that there was a new weapons. That the gunsmith now is going to have quests, and he's going to have you test weapons. But you go to the gunsmith, and he still doesn't have them.
Arms Day. Arms Day is a thing. No, you don't know Arms
Is
Day.
that a thing?
Well, so the gunsmith is going to let you
It's-
test weapons, and then
Right.
your reputation with him increases, and then you'll be able to use that reputation to buy legendary weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But then they're only delivered on Arms Day, which is every Wednesday.
Well, I went
So you, like,
today.
basically
And is leg day
pre-order.
every Tuesday
He
or
said-
what?
Yeah,
me.
it's so weird. Like you pre-order the guns, and it's like, well, it's Friday, so next Wednesday you get your. It's a digital product. Just give me my gun.
It's mail order, okay? Sometimes you got to put things on layaway. Sometimes you got to save up some glimmer. You
I
got to
think that's
break
how
down
they get
some armor.
people to come back.
On the
They're like,
comeback.
wait for Arms Day.
Look, Meg, the first taste
it might
is free.
be. They always got to get you like playing again and
Yeah.
again and again, right?
That's the entire story of this game has been just the repetitive hook.
But
Here's
if
the
there's
quest.
one
Come
thing
back for
that
the
they've
next one.
done really well with, it's that. I know a lot of people who don't even like the game. One of them is named Ryan, and they're playing it constantly because they just need to get this one thing or they just need to get this other thing.
Look, it's for
And
work, okay? I don't have a problem, okay? I
wow.
don't have a problem. It's for work.
Wow.
Jeff's always playing it, and I have to play it because Jeff's, he needs help to get through things.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
Oh, me think so.
We
I
do
think
gang up
it's
on you a little
fine.
bit, don't we?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's cool. That's
If you just weren't so fun to beat up, we wouldn't beat you up so much.
That's the great defense of every bully.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you indeed. I am a great bully.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of that stuff's in, but it's only about half implemented, which is weird because in some ways they kind of broke the game because to upgrade things, you need a new material called armor materials. It used to be that each of the classes had a class-specific upgrade material that you got when you broke down armor items, whereas the weapon parts were the same material for every class. They've standardized that into one armor material is what it's called, but you still have all your old ones, and you can't turn them in for the new thing until like next week. So
But you will be able to. You just
will
can't
be able
yet.
to. But for this whole week, you have to just go get more stuff and break it down if you want armor materials. You
Okay.
couldn't upgrade anything, which is also weird because I bought a Galahorn when it came out a few weeks back with Zur, and it's just upgraded all the way now. I didn't touch it. It just as part of that reset, it completely upgraded itself.
And you're telling people this
I'm not
and
upset.
bringing them onto
He's
the
mad.
why?
He's
I'm
mad.
not upset. Let me rephrase. Maybe I sound upset, like, "Yay, look at that jump." I'm not upset about this. It
You
became
keep
available.
saying it, but you. I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
Who's mad?
You're so
I'm
not upset.
positive.
Your voice is breaking.
It's
a little
hard.
bit.
It's hard to tell when I'm up versus down.
Is it?
I'm very middle
Is it
of the
hard
road.
for you to tell?
Maybe. So yeah, that happened.
Speaking of telling ups and downs, the story for Fallout 4 is going to be longer
than
Skyrim
super long. Well,
and Fallout 3's combined.
Is it longer? It's the script, right? The script is 111,000 lines, which is bigger than Fallout and Skyrim combined because they didn't always voice stuff. But now the fact that your protagonist is also voiced naturally means that that's going to be a lot. And also, they have to do it all twice for all the protagonist lines.
Do they only have two voices?
Because there's male voice and a
female.
female voice. So you don't pick between a whole bunch of voices. It's like Commander Shepard. There's a male Shepard voice and there's a female Shepard voice. And no matter what your Shepard looks like, that's what the voice is.
What if they just took one and just auto-tuned it? Like, I want to sound a little bit more, up today. Yeah.
You want to do your Nolan North? You want to do a little Peter Dinklage?
There you go. Yeah, you take a slider from Nolan North to Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
Dinkle North. And then for ladies, a different, not that version.
From
Or we could just use that version too.
Yeah, exactly.
You could. Yeah.
Like Selena Gomez on this end. She has a really bassy voice, and then
Does she?
she has a really low speaking voice. It was really. I was just reading something about how she was really
Do you think she's a smoker?
Sexy or
not like husky, just like kind of like a low pitch. Apparently, I was just
Like a
reading
little too
something
much
about
smoke,
no,
or-
like naturally.
Okay.
I was just reading something about how she used to be self-conscious about it, but now she thinks it's cool.
She's got the sultry voice.
She's got like a very sultry voice.
It's okay.
And then somebody was like, I don't know who has a really high-pitched voice, but there's a girl from The Big Bang Theory that has like an annoyingly high-pitched
Oh,
voice.
yes.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the short little blonde one.
Yes.
It's so weird to hear her talk in her normal, speaking voice. 'Cause
Yeah.
it
That's
doesn't-
not her normal speaking voice?
No.
Wait, that's not? I was going to say, it's so weird because that's such a weird voice.
Yeah, no, she's got
That's a voice she puts on voluntarily?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's got a fairly normal voice.
And who was like, you know what, let's just take your voice and make it horrible.
Wait, do you think there was a human that actually
I
talked
really
like that?
did. That's why I was so confused every time she'd talk.
It's all, yeah,
No,
by the
I
way,
can
Maria
see it. I
Bamford
mean, it is
also
very much
doing a
about
voice.
that character.
Who's that?
Also, that dude, the one that, oh gosh, who is that actor who's never
She's
been...
doing it again.
Yes.
It's an actor he's never publicly not put on a fake voice.
Oh, Gilbert Godfrey.
There we go.
Wow.
Wow. But he is on Howard Stern.
He
did his
has.
real voice on Howard Stern.
Right. And it's like that one time that was ever done. It's like
Blows you away.
his whole life has been a lie.
I don't know how that
To
guy
all of
can
us.
talk after doing that voice. That's got to be rough
Yeah.
on your throat.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
I met Tom Kenny this weekend at Fan Expo, who does the voice for
Name
SpongeBob.
drop.
Nah, fuck you. And he's the voice of SpongeBob. And he was talking to someone else. I was like in a green room, so he was talking to somebody else about the voices that he has to do. And sometimes he's like, if I had any idea how long the series I was auditioning for would go, I would never have put on this ridiculous voice because it just kills me for like 5 seasons to have to do like another, because he does like a million voices. But he's like, if I think it was like a 1-series show, I'd do like a really crazy voice. But he's like, there have been things where I've done like a really out there voice and they've fallen in love with it. And then it's like the show goes forever and I'm just like killing myself trying to make this character sound the same. Something to think about.
I always wondered about that because there was a character called Gurr in Invader Zim.
Yeah.
Yeah, who has a very out there voice. And it started off, I had read somewhere, I'm not even sure if I can back this up, but originally his voice was very auto-tuned, very mechanically adjusted. But as the two people that voiced it got better, eventually they were able to just do it naturally. So I kind of wondered if in situations like that, when they have a really out there voice, if they were able to kind of develop their throat to a point where it's no longer painful. But I guess not, especially if you're not doing it very frequently.
They just need to get the slider worked out.
There you go. They need the slider.
The slider.
Yeah,
Well, that's how
auto-tune it.
SpongeBob is. I mean, as a diehard SpongeBob fan, season 1 SpongeBob versus like maybe around episode like 40-ish on, his voice changes because I guess it's an easier version of the SpongeBob voice to do for so long. It's a little more nasally.
Or did he just go through like puberty? Or
Well, I mean, he's a grown man,
did
so
his
I don't know if he
sponges
was
drop?
like heifer.
Is he? He's
and-
still living at home, right?
Oh, not SpongeBob. SpongeBob doesn't live at home. SpongeBob lives in his own house.
With his mom and dad?
No, his mom and dad
No?
visit in like episode 30-something when his pineapple goes away, gets eaten by
30-something?
nematodes.
Nematodes?
Yeah.
Those are, okay.
He has his own house. Yeah, he's a fry cook.
Ashley's unsure.
He doesn't have his driver's license, but he's working on it.
Okay.
He's friends with a starfish, right?
Yeah, Patrick Starr.
Yeah, okay.
He's got like a snail.
He's got, Gary, and like a
I know some
surly
things.
neighbor.
I haven't had to watch it yet.
It's
but
really good.
I'm sure it's coming up any day now.
Oh yeah, your kids are aging into it.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
When your kids are ready, I got the first 100 episodes on DVD.
They'll burn a hole in that disc because they watch things over and over and over.
I do too. So.
Daniel Tiger's real big right now.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's all right. You're
Usually I know like the kid stuff, but that sounds so creepy. I have a little sister.
Didn't make it better.
Keep up with what the kids are saying these days.
We're real good with the kids.
Angelina Ballerina.
Talk about backwards things.
Yes.
There you go. I saved you, sort of.
No.
Borderlands is now backwards compatible for anybody that's in the preview, Xbox preview program, but they're curtailing. I got it. The people getting into that program now. So if you didn't already get in,
the early access program for the preview program.
The preview program, yeah. It used to be that you could send out invites if you were in the preview program. You could send out an invite to anybody else, which I think we've been trying to get Jeff in for a while. I got Michael in, and then we tried to both he and I sent Jeff an invite, and I don't know that Jeff ever got in. So I don't know. They may have cut it off a little while back.
You know, back in the day, I'd be like, yeah, I wanted to try all the new features the second they're available. I just can't be bothered now.
It's not really.
It's like that feature will come out, whatever it is, it'll come out and it'll be super cool. And at that point, I'll totally use it, maybe. But,
Well, do you want to deal with shit that's not actually ready? I think is now like we all have lost our patience for like, they'll figure that out.
Yeah, I don't
when it's polished,
I don't really do
out.
betas anymore
Yeah.
either, for the most part.
They haven't really released anything, at least in the preview program, that wasn't functional. Like I've never booted it up with preview on, and it takes over once you install that.
Right.
You're just always on that beta version of the OS, and I've never had an issue with it. So it's been pretty reliable, and especially when things like the backwards compatibility comes up, it's nice to be able to go ahead and try it now so we can talk about it, even though the game list was so restrictive that I haven't really spent a lot of time with it. I've seen Michael and Caden play, and it seems really pretty solid, very responsive. So I'm looking forward to having a game that I can actually interested in playing.
If there's a Borderlands, is it Borderlands 1?
Borderlands 1.
Nice.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I'm really grateful to the backwards compatibility for, it's that we can finally stop, I hope, getting HD remasters of games that are like a year old.
Oh, come on. We got Dishonored HD's about to come out pretty soon, right?
Sick some rats on somebody. That was the best part of that game. Killer rats.
I never ended up finishing that game. I liked it a lot, but I was doing my first playthrough trying to get the Ghost achievement, and that's the one where you can't be seen. I was trying to do the Ghost and Clean Hands, both on my first playthrough. I think that was a mistake because you can't be
impossible.
seen. You can't be seen, and you can't kill anybody.
Right.
Like there's
That sounds like
one
no fun at all.
forced kill. I was trying to go.
You're going
super
Splinter
stealth
Cell with it.
But yeah, I was trying to, and it just ended up being so frustrating. Eventually, I was like, I didn't even stop playing it so much as I went to do something else for a little while and then never came back.
Yeah. That happens.
I've been playing a lot of Phantom Pain recently, and I've discovered that I no longer have the patience for extreme stealth. I mean, a lot of that game, you can totally you belly crawl your way through and just sneak up on people and never have to interact, or maybe you just, get one or two of them with a tranq gun, or occasionally choke them out. I just can't do it. I got places to be, man.
Your gun's blazing.
Snake's got things to do. He's got a whole base to run. I'm an important guy.
Do you cardboard box him?
I've just started playing with the cardboard box, and that's a lot of fun.
Have you got any of the novelty boxes?
Oh, it's just posters. You can selectively just put different posters on the front of it.
lady?
You have to find them.
Isn't there one you can have the lady on
I got a couple ladies.
I got a couple ladies.
I got a harem of ladies.
I haven't explored to see which one of the ladies works best. I have the one I've got on my box right now. Seems to be doing pretty well.
It may depend on the guard. They all have different types.
Right.
Well, no, here's the best part. It seems like all the guards are bisexual, too, because the ladies totally into it as well.
Nice.
And I haven't had, I guess, maybe I haven't tried the guys. I don't think the guys they don't have a sexy male poster. Where's the
Not
sexy
fair.
male poster?
Well, I mean, let's be fair. Do you want to see a sexy dude, or do you want to see some sweet boobs?
Sweet
I kind of
boobs.
want to see. I would agree, but I kind of want to see a sexy dude just because
Well,
I think
just
it'd be
for it to be in there?
hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, the dudes they got are all, maybe they've got one. I just haven't seen it yet. But the dudes they've got are all the soldiers at attention.
Which is sexy, right? It's like, ooh, I'm
oh,
gonna
like a
order
man in
you
power.
around. Yeah.
That does it for you. Okay.
Exactly. That is the sexy. We just didn't know. Speaking of Metal Gear
Sexy.
Solid, yeah, it's
Hey.
the underside
We
of
were
sexy.
making the same segue, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bugs.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of sexy, quiet. I went with like the
Bugs.
We
All
speak
right.
a secret language.
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about.
The game breaking bug if you take quiet with you.
I did know about
two
that.
missions.
No, yeah.
Mission 29 and Mission 42.
Don't do it.
She will break your game.
Or she may break
Yeah,
your
she
game.
may
She
break
may be benevolent and let you continue playing. Or she may corrupt that shit. And then you have to start over again.
My favorite thing with Quiet is they had to actually have like this whole news post explaining why she's so naked.
Yeah. Her thong has a backstory.
Yeah,
So
no-
why is she so naked?
Well, there's spoilers involved
Oh,
here.
is it spoilers?
Well, I mean, if you're... again, I came into this game with no previous Metal Gear knowledge. Not really a spoiler for me, because I'm sure this character has a legacy that I'm not really aware of.
This is the first
Does
game
she?
she's in,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I just assume that people...
I don't know, but I think so.
I just assume that everybody that
Google
I'm
it.
running into... Like, I know Revolver Ocelot has been around a lot. You know, I assume that Miller, all these characters have a history, a legacy that I just don't know about. That's why the first 10 minutes of the game when you're stumbling around, which, by the way, I would like to be very clear... Falling on your face 5 times in less than 5 minutes of gameplay is totally acceptable and not funny at all.
What?
Don't bother to make a video showing that happening because it's not funny.
Right. That's what you're supposed to be doing, right? You're
Yes.
stumbling around and like
That
crawling.
is the acceptable number of times to fall down in
Yes.
that amount of time. People didn't like our video.
Oh, I
Oh.
see.
We made a video that was like kind of a joke about how many times he falls down. And it was just like, I mean, it didn't have more dislikes than likes, but it had a lot of dislikes.
Oh.
Well, you know,
People didn't get it
there are
or didn't like it.
there are some fans of the Metal Gear franchise out there. Not all of them. There are a lot of very reasonable, well-adjusted fans, but there are some that tend to take the whole thing a little bit seriously.
I think part of it was on us that we just didn't set it up clear enough that the parody of the fact that it happens in such a compressed amount of time. Like, he just keeps reaching for things and just eating floor. I mean, things that you're like, come on, dude. Really? A
Can of
stool, a
soup.
rolling stool? You're going to throw your arm up on the rolling stool and try and stand up? Doesn't happen.
It's very dramatic.
It's not that dramatic. Hey, this is the other thing that bugs the crap out of me, and we didn't talk about this because Gus hadn't started playing it last time.
Please enlighten us.
So they do all of this at the beginning. Let me preface before the people that really love the game get bent out of shape and really love the series. I'm a big fan of the game. I think it's really good. This is the one thing that's been kind of bothering me about that opening sequence is they do all of this to set up this world and make you feel immersed in it. And then there's 2 times in that intro sequence, and this is the only 2 times in the game that they do this, where they tell you to hit a button. They're like, hit your stance button to stand up. Everything else in the game is like, just a tooltip that pops up
So
at the
trying
bottom.
to immerse you,
You're like,
immerse
yeah,
you,
just,
and then
change your stance.
pull
But no,
you
it's
right
like
out of it.
they're directly calling out
Oh,
pushing
they're like
a button on a
breaking
controller.
the fourth wall.
They're
Yeah.
not just breaking it, Meg. They're shattering it.
Destroy- It's like, why?
And they should be ashamed.
Yeah, they should.
They should. Every other mechanic they set up in the entire thing they do without having to actually directly reference you touching a controller. But that 2 times, I believe, in that intro they do it. I don't understand why they couldn't have just tool-tipped it.
Konami made him do it.
It's true. This is why Kojima left.
This is it.
This
These
is it.
2 buttons.
And the wife thing. But the buttons. Very vague.
Alleged wife thing.
Alleged wife
We
thing.
should say that because it's probably. Please don't hate us, Kojima. Kojima. That's all I can think of whenever someone says his name.
Is there a song that I'm
No,
unaware
the
of?
girl from the Silent Hills reveal. She had that video where she's like, "Oh my god, Kojima!" She's like yelling. People on the audio podcast hate me. I'm sorry.
Well, you know who doesn't hate you? The good
MeUndies?
folks. No, we already covered them.
Okay, Nature Box.
The good
I'm
folks over at
tuning you
Nature
out.
Box. You walk into a grocery store and find an aisle of snacks, personalized just for you. All of your favorites in one place. Awesome, right? Imagine if you didn't even have to leave the couch. NatureBox is full of flavor, but without any of the junk. We know you're going to be tempted to snack, and NatureBox says to give into that temptation, but in a smart way that makes you feel great. Grab those Nature Boxes.
There's just one.
Ta-da!
They're all been eaten. The
Well,
NatureBox granola and
Oh,
lip
we have the
gloss.
same lip gloss.
We do. I'm cramping your style.
Oh,
What's happening?
sorry.
From my personal favorites, like sriracha roasted cashews and mini Belgian waffles. Mini Belgian waffles. NatureBox has over 100 ridiculously delicious snacks to choose from that get delivered directly to your doorstep. And there's zero chance of getting bored because they release brand new choices every couple of months. Just fun, flavorful snacks made with ingredients you can trust. Plus, they've got a smart snack guarantee, so if there's ever anything you don't love, let the helpful folks at NatureBox know, and they'll replace it in next month's box. Easy and satisfying. Yeah.
You know,
that's good.
I'm
Well done.
trying to get in shape again a
Yeah?
little bit. You know, going to the gym and running and exercising and occasionally doing something called a push-up. And so I've
How
been
do
trying
those
to
work? Is it the up and then more up, or?
I think you have to like lift your controller.
Oh,
It's a
motion
Wii
controls.
Fit.
Got it.
But so I've been trying to eat a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
And one of the hard things about that is we have a really nice kitchen here that's always got like bags of chips and sodas in the fridge and all kinds of crazy stuff. But one thing I really like is that there's like a Nature Box station in the corner, and it's
The Nature Box
and it's
dispenser?
above the chips. And it's like a dispenser. And right now they've got like these cool little nut clusters. And every time I go to get chips, I look at it and go, and I get just like a little cup of that instead, and it's so much better, and I don't feel the guilt.
Yeah, no, there's my favorite is the seeds. I'm gonna think of them. But right now you can enjoy your first Nature Box on them, but only at naturebox.com/thepatch, and only if you act fast. So head to naturebox.com/thepatch right now to unbox a world of tasty possibility. One last time, that's naturebox.com/thepatch for your first box of beyond tasty, hand-picked snacks sent directly to your doorstep. Stop it!
And Ryan, Twitter would like you to know that every Metal Gear does that.
Does what?
The
button call out?
It's called metatextual jokes.
The button call out was a metatextual joke?
Yeah, yeah.
Ryan is not impressed.
I'm just
How is
letting
that
you
a
know
joke?
what Twitter has said.
Push the button? No, I don't get it. No? All right.
I just want to let you die a little bit on a
Well,
couple
let's
jokes.
get out.
I do that.
Every once in a while.
A couple.
A lot of people are saying it's a Metal Gear tradition.
Okay.
So-
Well, if that's one of those things that calls back to the heritage, it's fine. Coming in off none of that knowledge, it was just really off-putting a little bit there at the beginning.
But it was only twice, and then how many hours would you say you put in the game now?
Oh gosh, you can really sink some time into that. But there's the kind of a weird like meta game to it of the base building. But unlike a lot of the other games like Assassin's
fob?
Creed, yeah, well that's in there too. I haven't even gotten
Your
the fob
forward
yet.
operating base?
I haven't even unlocked
that's
that yet.
multiplayer though, right?
That is a multiplayer tie-in. So there's this whole sub-game of building your base and then sending out combat teams. You can only send out 2 teams until you build a forward operating base, and that'll allow you to send out more teams on like contracts that'll come back with resources and money.
It sounds like a real-time strategy game now.
And it is literally real time in the sense that in, say, Assassin's
real
Creed.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Assassin's Creed, that happened in real time in the sense that it kept going even if you weren't playing. Metal Gear, all the building and all those mission times, you have to be in the game for it to happen.
Sucks.
Yeah, and it's like 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on what level of upgrade for the base. And the missions seem to have been going up. I don't think I've seen a mission be over 2 hours.
I can't even play mobile apps that run in the background with time.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
There's 2 kinds of the combat missions. The local ones are, a couple hours. The online ones are like 2 days
And you have to be
actual
in?
game time.
of time in the world,
And you
I
have
think.
to be in the game the whole
I
time.
don't think for that you have to be in the game because you can be disconnected.
That's a little bit more like EVE Online, where you can start something and then it happens in real time while you're off doing your actual life.
I don't know that there's a tie-in to that. Here's the hook for that. Microtransactions. So you can speed it up if you go ahead and pay some, Metal Gear bucks out.
Has there been any development on the? There were a lot of people calling out Konami for saying that the additional front operating bases could. Let's see, Konami said that you could totally get them without paying, but everyone is saying that realistically speaking, you can't. Has there been any development on that? Like, is it still like that's pretty much the case? Is it's a optional but not really optional microtransaction?
You get the one for free. As far as I understand, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but the way it's supposed to work is the further forward operating bases do require microtransaction currency. The question was, how could you get them in game? So there were rewards where you started getting some of those if you just logged in every day for the first 9-10 days, which, by the way, kind of sucked because for the first 4 days the servers were off. So the rewards for the first 4 days are just lost
That sucks.
to anybody that couldn't get connected. So I think I got 40, 50 coins or whatever. I don't know what that'll relate to in terms of the forward operating bases, but to speed up that one, I think I've got 40, 50, and to speed up that combat op would have been 300.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's weird. It's a weird pittance to even give you like, here's 35 one day. Come back the next day, here's 15 more.
So it's not even like Konami didn't even come out and say like, oh yeah, no, you can earn that. They were like, hey, GameSpot, do your fucking research, you idiots. Like they were really forceful with like, obviously you don't know what you're talking about. It's easy to get them in game, but it doesn't really seem like that's the case.
I haven't seen an option to get them other than as that reward for logging in, which is only for that first 9-10 days stretch. So again, I haven't unlocked the forward operating bases yet, though. There's a lot of hours. Yeah, I think you asked me how long I played it, and I played a lot because there's so many side missions and main missions.
But this was like people who are reviewing the game who said like, we haven't been able to find any other way to get these things. We've been playing the game for a while.
Well, and the other side to that is those are an online currency, and you haven't been able to connect to the servers.
Right.
Once you connect to the servers, there are some different options available. I will say, though, that I've started just disconnecting from the server because it can take regular operations in the game are significantly slowed sometimes when you're actually online, even though you're not doing anything online.
Weird.
There's a second little spinner icon that denotes it's talking to the online system. And if that's going, you just might as well just sit down and wait because you're not going to advance to the next screen on whatever you're doing. Anytime of loading. If you're in game, you're fine. But if you're trying to go from your helicopter to a landing zone and that's going, it's like, fuck. All right, we'll just wait a while.
This game overall is huge. Goodbye Megaton on Twitter says that he has 90 hours of playtime and the completion is at 57%.
The first 10% is really demoralizing because I think I played about 10 hours and I was at like 7%. But then you start getting, once you unlock a lot of the side missions and you kind of start plowing through those, then your percentage goes up. But yeah, I'm at like 25, I think. And I don't know. I'm a lot into this game.
Well, based on what he's saying, I'm going to guess you're like 45.
Could be.
Yeah.
I think last time I saw a number was over 20. But yeah, no, it is a fun game though. I mean, the mechanics that it keeps opening, it's got a lot of upgrade trees, that whole sub-game of the base building. If you're new to the Metal Gear series, there will be things that you don't understand, like why is there some random levitating, flame-inducing psychic woman with dangly arms because she's wearing, she's got like a straitjacket that's unlaced on. She just shows up when you're trying to escape the base with her Flame Lord friend. That looks kind of like Darth Maul on fire. Don't know who these people are. I hear this like Mantis or something, but they don't really introduce them. They're there.
They're some of the ones that you probably are supposed to know from the Legacy.
Probably. Yeah. Well, Jack, I think, immediately recognized him. I was like, and they don't ever have a conversation about it. I was like, why is there a spooky woman that can fly chasing me out of this place? Nah, let's not address it.
Yeah, there was also I did a story about this game save bug, and I showed B-roll from their E3 live demo. That's all free game, right? Like, that's all fair game for Spoilsies because it's been out since E3. But I put a thing where, you know what, Spoilsies? There's a rocket arm that you can control.
Yeah.
You can shoot off your arm and, like, control it. And someone was like, spoiled for the rocket arm. I'm like, is that a big reveal?
It's an upgrade. You can see it almost immediately.
Like why that's a big deal.
You may not be able to unlock it immediately, but it's right there in the tree. In fact, that's almost more of a spoiler, the fact that you can see that it's there and not get to play with it. That would have been a cooler reveal if it was like one of those things where they just unlock it for a mission or something. He's like, oh, that's cool.
Look at my arm.
Spoiler culture in general is getting really weird.
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
Spoils.
It's like one of the reasons that I really like that we have Game Club now is that we can actually talk about things without having to talk around them in order to say what we're actually trying to say.
Which was interesting having Josh on for the Game Club that we're going to have after this, because even though we said at the beginning of the show this is a full spoils show, Josh was like, can I say it? He was very nervous about saying the end. So.
Yeah,
Do it.
Everyone is so sensitive about spoilers now that it's almost like you can't talk about anything. And you can't talk about it for years because, you know, it's going to be on demand and they might watch it at some point or play it at some point. And so you can never say anything. Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that just came out about Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm worried to be excited about it because, like, I don't know if people are going to be upset about spoilers.
But it's coming out.
Boo.
How about that?
Gummy ship. Also, there might be Kingdom Hearts 2.9.
What, 0.9?
Wow.
2.9 comes out before
Are
Kingdom
they
Hearts
trying
3.
so hard to avoid 3? They're
What's
like
in there?
2.9.
They've already announced 3, but there might
Right.
be 2.9 come out before it. No clue, dude. No clue
It seems
what's
like
up.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced, what, like 2 years ago? Like
Kingdom Hearts 3 has been announced
forever?
for ages. Like
Forever?
It's almost like they re-announce it every E3, and then, although this year at E3 they just kind of skipped over everything and pretend they're like, it's gonna be a while, guys. All we know is there's Big Hero 6. Apparently now, thanks to this, there may be a Pixar world, which is really exciting. Although I would have liked to see individual Pixar worlds. Just putting that out there. And we know that Star Wars may or may not be a thing.
Somebody's voice actor, though, was saying it'd be this year. Remember? What was it,
Voice
like Winnie the
actors-
Pooh's voice actor?
Voice actors can be a little bit touchy as far as
Unreliable.
credibility goes. Though.
He was saying he thought it was this year because he'd been wrapped for like a long time on his
And
voice work.
I totally believe that at one point that was probably the intention.
Yeah.
When all that voice work was done, that might have been the idea, but nah.
If
There's
we've learned
no
anything,
way.
schedules and releases and scripts can be completely eliminated or revised up till release date.
Speaking of schedules and stuff, wonder if you have this at the ready. When's Fallout coming out, guys?
Do we have that timer?
October 20. Yeah,
There's
we have
a countdown.
Oh, there's a countdown. Remember, we have like a countdown graphic.
They weren't ready. You caught them.
Nope.
Nice. You busted them.
Should have like a little
I wonder
scoreboard.
if there's a countdown. Here we go. Countdown.com. We have exactly 61 days, 1 hour, 57 minutes, and 46 seconds until Fallout 4.
We're
They'll
sub
have a-
100, almost sub 50.
And they'll have mods. They'll talk some more about the mod support and a $30 season pass.
Yeah, season
Not
pass,
bad.
but they'll also be doing, in addition to the season pass, they're also going to have additional updates for free. One thing,
Feature updates.
feature updates.
Yeah.
One thing that I will give Bethesda a lot of credit for is when they put out DLC, not 100% of the time, but usually they do really well with it. Like Oblivion with was it Shivering Isles? That was huge. That was an enormous expansion. You know, sometimes they put out little tiny stuff, and I wasn't a huge fan of Skyrim DLC, but got my fingers crossed here that we'll get some really.
Well, I mean, look at
awesome
Fallout 3's
developments.
DLC. You got Mothership Zeta, you've got Point Lookout, you've got the Pit, which I know the Pit didn't go very well. I think it had some issues at launch, which really kind of brought it down. But those are all very large updates. There's a couple more too that I'm not even thinking about. But yeah, they know how to do Fallout DLC. I have no question. There's Operation Anchorage. There's Broken Steel, I believe, was the continuation of the story. I bought that one just because you come back to life. At the end of 3, spoiler.
Oh, hey, Fallout.
Oh, there it
launch.
is.
What's
Wait,
up? Thanks,
that's a
guys.
different countdown than
They have a
yours
different
was.
number.
Yeah, they have a different number.
They have inside information.
It's coming out a day later.
Maybe this is based on a different time zone.
Maybe.
Yeah,
61 days, 1 hour versus 60 days, 7 hours. No, that's more than. No, that's not possible. This is more than a 24-hour gap. We've got some issues, guys.
Someone's going down.
Well, thanks for joining us today. We're going to wrap it up
Fine.
right now, and then we'll
You know
take
what? They're just
going
gonna cut the fucking feed.
We're
They're
just
gonna
going to
be
shut
like-
it down. We got to figure this
The
out right
studio
now.
crew's like, fuck you guys. You sold us up the river.
This
Screw
can't
your
wait.
feed.
We're going to cut it now and figure this out, and we'll be back next week with the right time, okay?
And after this is, if they allow it, Patch Game Club. Thanks
And
for watching.
yeah, come watch we play Spec Ops: The Line. Come check out the Patch Game Club.
Yes,
if
and
you're ready
Josh
to have that.
Flanagan is joining us.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.